Hello everyone and welcome back to A Mile in My Stilettos. I'm Crystal and I'm so excited because it's dye day. You guys, I'm jumping right into this video, starting with a toner bath using this Shimmering Light shampoo. And you want it to be a nice deep purple like this so that you can tone your wig before you color it. Yes, it makes a difference. And so now I'm just taking this 613 wig and I am dipping it into this toner bath. And I am actually going to dip this repeatedly for about 5 minutes. I never let the hair just sit, and that's because I'm not trying to make the wig silver or gray. I'm just trying to get all of the yellow tones out of it. So you want to go ahead and you want to continuously dip it. You can comb through it if you want, but continuously dip it and bring it out as you see me doing here to get a nice even tone on the wig so that when you do color it, it's going to have a nice even tone. So after I am done doing that, I go ahead and I rinse the wig out with cool water. You want to make sure that you are using cool water when you rinse your wig after doing your toner baths or bleaching or coloring the hair. You want to use cool water. So that's what you see me doing here. And you want to make sure that you get all of the soap out. Sometimes the shimmering lights can be a little challenge to get out, but just make sure that you're thorough and you're getting all the soap out before you move to the next step. And petroleum jelly to the rescue. So a lot of people use a lot of different things to protect their knots on their lace, and so I'm using petroleum jelly. I find that this actually works extremely well, even better than spraying it with like got to be. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using this petroleum jelly just to make sure that I don't have to go back in and re-bleach these knots after I add the shadow roots to this wig. So yep, nice easy process. And then I am going to be using the color 57 for these roots. And what you see me doing now is I am separating the front part of the lace wig where all the hair is on the lace. This is a 13x6 lace wig. So I'm separating the front part out because that's the only part I'm doing the shadow roots on. It's not necessary to do the shadow roots on the back of the wig, as you'll see at the end of the video, because you're not going to see that anyway. So I'm not wasting my time or my dye doing the back of the wig. So I'm going ahead and I'm doing the application. As you can see, I am applying this color after I mixed it off camera with this comb. I'm using this thin comb because it really does just give the application of the shadow roots a much more natural look, and you won't get those harsh blending lines. So I really suggest using this, little cheap little dollar comb from the hair store to be able to apply the shadow roots parts of the application. You do want to make sure you're using a good amount of the color, really saturating it. So you'll see me even going over parts more than once and then blending it with my fingers after the fact. I may apply it using the front of the comb, but I still comb through it with the actual, comb part, not just the back. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going through and I'm applying the root color. If you're really anal, you can use foil pieces or something to separate in between. You see me wiping off some dye that dropped down, but I really wasn't worried about it, so I didn't use foil pieces in between. But if you're really worried about the color bleeding into more strands than you wanted to, you can use foil pieces in between, or I've even seen people use saran wrap in between to just separate and keep it crisp and super neat. But y'all already know I like a little variation to my wig, so yeah. Anyways, I did not use that, but I'm just going through and I am, like I said, applying the color. So you want to make sure that you're just able to take your time and use small sections, because if the sections are too big, then the color is not going to penetrate through the hair evenly. So make sure that you're just, like I said, taking your time so that it's not getting to all of the strands of hair, and so that it will process the way that you want it to. And all I did next was continue to apply this on the other side of the hair where I separated the hair from the front and continue to do the shadow roots in this way. Alrighty, you guys, so for the ash blonde, I'm going to be using colors 60 and 70 from Revlon in the medium ash blonde and the dark ash blonde. I mixed these together. I did mix up 2 of each box just to make sure I had enough hair color, because one thing I didn't want was to have to be going to the store to get more color, or I don't know, any situations. I didn't want to run out. That would have been awful. But this is why I will say I had way more than enough hair dye. So this is a 12-inch 180 density wig, and I definitely could have just used 1 box of the 60 and 1 box of the 70. So if you have a short wig like this, I would say honestly even up to like 14 inches, then that's going to be 1 box of each is going to be plenty of hair dye to be able to saturate the wig completely, which is very important. You want to make sure you fully saturate the wig with the hair color, because you don't want any like super light pieces peeking through or anything like that. So I made sure that I saturated it completely. Now, as far as coloring the wig, as I move towards the back, I started at the top, and that's just because I'm a little lazy. I'm not gonna lie. I did not want to have to keep clipping up the hair and pulling the hair down. So I just went ahead and started at the top and folded the hair up and over so that I didn't have to bother using any clips. And again, as you'll see at the end, that did not cause any problems, any bleeding through or anything like that. It was no issue with me doing it that way. So yes, I continued to take small pieces, small portions as I was dyeing the wig and getting those colors mixed in. And this, I have to tell you right now, when you are doing an ash blonde color on a wig, you have to just trust the process, because I promise you, as you are dyeing the wig, you are going to be thinking, what am I doing to this hair? I'm going to have gray hair. It's going to look silver. This is not going to be anything like what I want. But trust me, when it comes to ash blonde, you just have to look at the color on the box that you got and trust the process. And one of the ways that you can ensure it really is going to come out the way that you want it to come out is, like I said, make sure that you are saturating the hair when you are putting it on. As you'll see, I'm not using the comb method to apply it like I did with the shadow roots. I do have my coloring bristle brush thing that I'm actually using now, because I want to make sure that I get it nice and saturated throughout. And if you tone the hair in the beginning like you saw me do, that's also going to ensure that you're going to turn out with the color that you need, because you won't have, or the color that you desire, because you won't have all those yellow tones seeping through into the hair, because you toned it in the beginning with that toner bath. So if you skip through that part, make sure you go back and watch it. It's important. So this is how the hair looks, and everything is processing really nicely. So now I'm just going to get a plastic shower cap so that I can continue to process it. I am going to process it with the color for 25 minutes. One of the reasons that I started with the shadow roots and then did the back and all of that is because I didn't want to have to wash this hair in between, and I did not. I started with the shadow roots, and then I went in and I did the back, and I left it all on for 25 minutes and let it process all together. Now I'm going in and I'm washing it out after that 25 minutes of processing using cool water. Again, make sure you use cool water when you are rinsing out the hair. And I don't think I showed it, but after I finished rinsing everything out, I did go back and wash it again with the Shimmering Light shampoo just to make sure everything remained nice and toned like I wanted it to. I didn't want it not toned. So this is the end result, and you guys, I love it. I actually love the way that this turned out. I feel like this shadow root color is amazing. Obviously the melt, y'all, the melt. I should have did an application video, but I'm sorry, it was late and I was in a hurry, so I'll do that another day. But this is how it turned out, and I'm about to show you guys the back of it as well, so you can see it really did not matter that I did not do the shadow roots in the back. And I'm about to turn around. Hold on just a second. Y'all, I was feeling myself. Okay, here I am, turning around, and I love these earrings. But here is the back of the hair. So as you can see, it's so nice. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And until next time.